The Uhans S1 is probably the most delayed phone of the year. Announced back in December 2015, it finally became available this summer. Being priced around $170, the phone does seem quite expensive considering its specs. Anyway, pricing meanwhile dropped to around $140 on a lot of shops, so let's check out if the phone is worth this price tag. The packaging of the Uhans S1 does look pretty nice and thus leaves a positive first impression. It packs a whole bunch of accessories including a power supply, micro USB cable, tempered glass, an alcohol cleaning cloth and a silicone case to protect the phone's rear. The design of the phone does look premium at the first look. The frame is made from metal and the front and rear is covered by 2.5D glass. The phone does look like a OnePlus X or Xiaomi Mi 4S knockoff. Anyway, the phone isn't as premium as it looks. Taking a closer look at it, it becomes quite obvious that the build quality is cheap on this one. The fingerprint scanner is loose, the metal frame is just glued onto the body and not part of the chassis. Bending the phone is very easy. Hardware buttons are loose too, and we also find lots of scratches and strange black spots on the metal frame out of the box. The black spots probably are traces coming from the glue. So the only positive thing about the design is how it looks and also the low thickness of the Uhans S1, which is only 7mm. Weight is nice as well at 150 grams. The screen is 5 inches in size and operates at 1280 by 720 resolution, which is totally enough for the size. The panel shows nice and intense colors plus offers a good contrast ratio. Brightness is high enough for outdoor use, but it could be a tad brighter though. A real letdown is the touchscreen. This one can only recognize 3 fingers at once and strangely gets stuck as soon as you put 3 fingers on it. If you do so, it won't recognize any movements until you lifted all fingers one time. In addition, the digitizer is pretty slow, which is annoying when trying to type fast on the keyboard. Furthermore, the surface isn't smooth at all and it is a real fingerprint magnet. The processor powering the Uhans S1 is the MT753, which currently resides in the lower mid-range area. We have been surprised how hot the phone gets when you use it. Especially outdoors, with the sun providing some additional heat, it sometimes gets uncomfortable to touch the upper area of the phone. Memory equipment is quite good. 3GB of RAM offer enough space for all your multitasking needs, and 32GB of internal memory provide enough room for all your music and pictures. In addition, you can use a microSD card to further expand the memory, but please remember that you will lose dual SIM functionality by doing so. Another letdown is the sensor equipment. We find nothing except a proximity light and acceleration sensor. The fingerprint scanner came out to work quite well in real life use. It is fairly accurate and works pretty much always. It's not quite fast though. The gestures like switching home screens you can trigger using the fingerprint scanner are rather useless. We disabled them since we always triggered them by accident. The Uhans S1 runs Android 6.0 Marshmallow in form of Freeme OS, a custom ROM which comes from China. It runs the light variant though, which isn't as customized as the regular Freeme OS. This means you still find a lot of stock Android parts within this ROM. It's mostly the launcher that has been changed plus some stock apps. One nice addition is the extended screenshot functionality. More features they added are off-screen gestures and the ability to display the battery percentage in the status bar. One problem we discovered is that the status LED is unusable right now. It only lights up while charging the phone, but not upon notifications, and there are also no settings for the LED. Another part we dislike is reception quality. Mobile network and Wi-Fi signal strength is below average. During train rides it was impossible to surf the internet most of the time. In-house, the Wi-Fi signal is often lost one floor below the router when entering rooms that are situated in a greater distance to the router. The GPS is completely unusable, the signal strength is too low to get a proper fix, the accuracy is only around 7 meters, which is insufficient for navigation and tracking. Telephony quality is quite okay, the media speaker sounds flat and shows distortion starting from 50% volume level. Through headphones the audio quality was pretty good. Camera-wise, the Uhans S1 looks promising on the paper. According to Uhans, it packs a Sony IMX214 sensor with PDAF. Anyway, we somehow doubt that, since looking at the pictures taken with the Uhans S1, the quality is just bad. Pictures shot at daylight don't show much detail, and as soon as the lighting conditions get just a bit suboptimal, the results look like colorful mud. Videos look quite good when doing close-up and macro recordings, but the audio quality sucks, as oh so often it lacks volume. The front camera isn't selfie capable since it only creates blurred and noisy images. Battery life didn't satisfy us as well, which was to expect due to the small 2200 mAh battery. In Geekbench 3 battery test it scored a screen on time of close to 4 hours. In real life use we only got through a full day when staying in the office. Traveling with the Uhans S1 we only got through half a day with a single charge. Now if there was fast charging, some might be able to live with this, but charging takes freaking 4 hours, which makes the battery life absolutely unacceptable. Bottom line, what the freaking hell did Uhans do all those months of developing the S1? It took them more than half a year to produce a lot of garbage. The money you spend on the Uhans S1 can buy you some really amazing phones from Meizu or Xiaomi. So why should anyone buy a phone with insufficient battery life, sub-average reception quality and bad build quality? We are shocked about this and of course cannot recommend a purchase at all. So that's all from our side. If there are any questions left, please drop a comment. The shop link and more information can be found in the video description. If you like what we are doing here at China Mobile Mac, please pay us a visit at chinamobilemac.de or at our English site chinadevices.net and follow us here on YouTube. So thanks for watching, bye bye, over and out.